Measurement. Today we will see how to measure the length of a curved line. A curved line cannot be measured by a straight scale. A measuring tape or thread must be used instead. Now let's see how to measure a curved line using a thread. To measure the length of a curved line using a thread, things required: a thread and a curved line drawn on a white sheet of paper. Procedure: take a thread and make a knot on one of its ends. Place the end of the thread with a knot at the beginning of the line denoted by the point P in the figure. Hold the initial NP of the thread with one of your thumbs. Put a small part of the thread along the line and leaving the initial NP, hold the other end of this small part Q with the thumb. Holding the point Q, put a small part of the thread along the curved line up to the point, say R. Continue this process until you reach the end of the thread. Mark the thread where it touches the end of the line. Stretch the thread and measure it with a meter scale. The length of the thread is equal to the length of the curved line. Measurements. Length is a fundamental quantity. Using length, we can find out other measurements like area and volume. Area is obtained by using two lengths, so area is equal to length into breadth. Volume is a derived quantity and it can be measured from measuring lengths. Now let us calculate the volume of a box using the formula. Volume is equal to length into breadth into height. Unit of length is centimeter, unit of breadth is centimeter, and unit of height is centimeter, because all the three represents the length. So the unit of volume is centimeter cube. Measuring the volume of a liquid is quite easy. Liquids take the shape of the container in which they are kept. A liquid whose volume is to be found can simply be poured into container, such as graduated cylinder, beaker, conical flask, etc. We would have often heard the word liter in our daily life. For example, 1 liter of milk packet, 20 liters of water can. Now let us discuss about mass and weight. Mass is a measure of the amount of matter in an object. Weight is a gravitational pull experienced by the mass. Now hold a sheet of paper in one hand and a book in another hand. Which hand feels the heaviness? The mass of the book is more than that of a single sheet of paper. Therefore, the pull on the book is more than that of paper. Hence, our hands has to give more force to hold the book than a paper. This force is what we experience as heaviness. The weight is directly proportional to the mass on the Earth's surface. On Moon, where the gravitational force is lesser than Earth, the weight will reduce but the mass will remain the same. The Moon's gravitational pull is 1/6 of the Earth's pull. Thus, objects weigh 6 times lighter on the Moon than on the Earth. Now, a question. What is your mass? If you measure in grams, it would be a huge number. So, it is expressed in kilograms. SI unit of mass is kilogram. It is represented by kg. 1000 milligram is equal to 1 gram. 1000 gram is equal to 1 kilogram. 1000 kilogram is equal to 1 ton. Bigger weights are measured in ton or metric ton. Beam balance. We use beam balance to measure mass. A beam balance works by comparing the mass of an object to that of unknown mass called a standard mass. You can even construct your own beam balance by using 2 scraped coconut shells. Electronic balance. An electronic balance is a device used to find accurate measurements of weight. It is used very commonly in laboratories for weighing chemicals in various experiments. Electronic balance may also be used to weigh food and other grocery items as well as jewelry. Time. Day changes into night and night into day. Seasons also change. We know time passes. How do we measure the passage of time? Clocks are used to measure time. You can also use your pulse to measure the rough time. In earlier days, people used sun clock and sundial to measure the passage of the time during the day.